In terms of kind of where I would put it on my ranking of water parks, I think I would maybe put it second to Volcano Bay. Hello and welcome back to Life of Soph. So for those of you who may not know, I went to Thailand for 2 weeks in September 2022. We spent a week in Khao Lak and a week in Phuket. And if you want to see the videos that I made about both of those weeks, then I will link them at the end of this one. But as well as doing travel content, I also do kind of theme park slash Walt Disney World and Universal content. And so I thought it would be good to talk to you about the Andamanda Water Park that we went to in Phuket. So if you want to find out a bit more about it, then keep watching. So we were told about Andamanda by our rep at the hotel that we were staying at in Phuket. And I am a huge water parks fan, so it was a no-brainer for me, and my partner also quite likes water parks. The park opened in May 2022, so it was still reasonably new when we went. It had actually only been open for about 4 months. And in all honesty, it reminded me a lot of Volcano Bay at Universal Orlando. I suppose one of the major reasons for that is that you get this RFID bracelet when you get there, and you can use that to get into the lockers, and you also preload it with credit, so if you want to buy food or snacks or drinks, then you use your bracelet for that as well. The other thing that reminded me of Volcano Bay while I was there is that they had an aqua coaster, and I was saying to my other half, like, oh my god, they've got an aqua coaster, this is so cool, and I don't think he appreciated how cool and unusual that is. But as well as the aqua coaster, they had kind of traditional body slides, plunge slides, tube slides, a wave pool. It was a pretty big park and they had quite a lot there. I was really impressed with it. As I said, we were there in late September, which is the rainy season in Thailand, and there was a little bit of a massive heavy downpour while we were in the lazy river, but that was absolutely fine. I mean, the worst thing is that the rain was so heavy that it was like making it hard to see, but obviously we were wet anyway, so that didn't really matter to us. When we were there, the park was pretty quiet. I don't remember waiting in any lines. I'm sure that there were lines, they were just quite short. They also have on-ride photos on some of the rides, not all of them, but the ones that we had taken were terrible, so we didn't buy any of them. If I remember, some of them were taken by actual humans with cameras rather than normally they're like automated. But as I say, they were not very good pictures at all, so we didn't buy any of them. I absolutely have to mention the food situation because it was just so well done. So they had 2 separate areas that were like food courts essentially, and they had different cuisines depending on obviously what you fancied. So there was like a Thai one, an American one, I think there was an Indian one, but there were probably 8 to 10 food stalls across the 2 locations, and obviously they had loads of tables and chairs nearby, they were all undercover, and it was just really well thought out, so I have to give massive props. I should also mention that they had these private cabanas that you could rent, and they kind of looked like beach houses, I guess. They were pretty big and they were like fully enclosed. I imagine they're quite expensive because they were also huge. I don't think any of them were occupied when we were there, but when I did have a little peer through the window, they looked really nice. So if you've got a larger family maybe, then that might be something that you want to consider. Overall, this park was really beautiful and very clean. I really love that they had like Thai theming throughout, and the famous big rock on James Bond Island, they had like a little version of that, and I really appreciated it. They also had like infinity pools, and they had bars within the infinity pools, so if you do go with your children, for example, if you're not into water rides, then there are kind of other places that you can go and just like sit in the water, have a drink and enjoy yourself. Obviously we went while the park was still very new, so of course it was gonna be beautiful and clean, but hopefully that just gives you a little bit more of an idea as to what Andamanda is like. Obviously with it being quite new, I just kind of wanted to tell you guys a bit about it in case anyone was thinking about going, but you weren't really sure because there's not heaps of information out there about it. In terms of kind of where I would put it on my ranking of water parks, I think I would maybe put it second to Volcano Bay. I should add here, I know a lot of people love Siam Park in Tenerife. I haven't been there yet. I'm trying to convince my partner because he has been, but that is a story for another video. So in summary, if you are thinking about going to Andamanda Water Park, absolutely do it. As I mentioned, we spent 2 weeks in Thailand, and I did a video covering the week in Khao Lak and a video covering the week in Phuket. So if you want to see those videos, then I will put them here for you. And if you want to see more travel and theme park / water park content, then make sure you press my face to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!